Hello everybody, welcome back to another Pokemon Reddit discussion video. I don't have a name for those. But, so none of these are what I'm about to show you today are mine. So these are all pretty old, so they're over 2 weeks old. Some of these are even like 4 months old. But, it's something that I wanted to do for quite a while now since, you know, this thread exactly was new. But I wanted to do other things instead, so I now have time for this, so let's go take some time for this. So, the discussion I wanted to make right now is how would you make the Ice type better? So, for context, Ice is my second favorite type in Pokemon. It's my element, so of course I'm going to make it there. As you can see, my logo is a snowflake. So obviously, I'm going to want to, you know, make my second favorite type good. Heck, actually, for a good while, it was my favorite type, but you know, Gardevoir happened. So anyway, buffing the Ice type. So what we all know about the Ice type, let's go to Bulbapedia for a second to the Ice type for what it is currently. I can't zoom any further because, you know, the prevalence of ads over here. So I can't zoom any further than this. So anyway, here's what we know right now about the Ice type. Ice being resistant only to itself makes no sense. There could be like other better options for resistances for Ice, which is what we have these Reddit threads about. And so, you know, I'm very bothering. I have like, how many of these? I have 4 of these. So yeah, the discussion has been you know, quite a long time coming. But the question I would say is, how would you buff this Ice type? So this person here wants Ice to resist itself and water. So should Ice resist water? Because what we know currently is that water resists Ice. So should the reverse be true too? Can't really say, because like there are arguments for Ice not to be super against water, or not to resist water. And there are arguments that it should, because like his Ice floats on water, Ice kind of doesn't care that much about water in general. Like, well, normal Ice just floats on top of normal water, so it don't really affect it that much, and plus they just melt into each other. So they're basically the same thing. It's still the same water, except one's a solid, one's a liquid. So, because what we know about Ice is already super against Dragon and Ground, which is already 2 good types. 2 good types to be super against. Especially considering both those types have always been the kings of OU forever. Well, except for maybe Gen 5 with Scizor. But, yeah, Dragon and Ground are both, like very highly prized types. So, especially against, like, general competitiveness. Add more physical Ice moves. Yes. So, yeah. I do think we probably need like a good physical 90 power Ice nice move physical. I think that's a good take. I think this is a good take. Next one. So how would this person change Ice type to make it better? Let's go see. Remember, I've not read any of these. So another water resistance. So it's similar to this one. It's a resistance against water. A fighting resistance. Okay, yeah, this is kind of basic, to be honest. This one's kind of basic. I can't really say much. I feel like just adding a water and fighting resistance would not help. Like, I think a water resistance, like Ice type and water resistance, does not help the Ice type at all. So I'm going to say it does not help at all. Because, like, water as a attacking move really is better as a stab option rather than a coverage, because nobody has coverage with water. So, and plus, like, playing Ice types would carry Freeze Dry if they have to deal against the water. So, yeah, I don't think water help. A fighting resistance would help, actually. I do think that, having resistance against fighting would help, because fighting is a very powerful type. It's strong against 5 types. It gets resisted by 5. It itself resists 3, and itself is weak to 3. I feel like fighting does. I think fighting's fine as it is. So looking at fighting's current chart, fighting is fine as it is. It's actually pretty. Oh, yeah, fighting can't hit ghosts, sure. But I think fighting itself is actually quite balanced as it is. Plus, I think I actually prefer ice to be weak against fighting, but for a reason I will say later. So I'm going to say later why I think ice to be weak to fighting is a good idea, and a change that I do want to have to the ice type, but not a fighting resists. Okay, so let's try this one. So the idea is, instead of changing, the resistances, I want to change the free status to be the frostbite status from Legends Arceus. Honestly, I think that it should be high time for frostbite to completely replace freeze. Because Game Freak has been absolutely scared of their minds with freeze just existing. Like, I get it. In Gen 1, freeze is absolutely like horrifying. Like, I get freeze basically as a free KO. Might as well be. It's like getting a petrify status in Final Fantasy. Like, once you get it, you're freaking done. But so I feel like, and like every single time there's yet to be a accurate like freeze status on anything. It's usually like a 10% chance. Might as well just replace it. I'm surprised that they didn't replace freeze with frostbite for Scarlet and Violet. Or maybe because they're developing Scarlet about the same time as Legends Arceus, and they weren't entirely sure whether or not frostbite should replace freeze. Maybe in the next Pokemon game, maybe Gen 10, maybe we could probably see the complete replacement of freeze with frostbite. Because it's actually a good status. It's actually a good status in Legends Arceus, where it's basically like a special burn, which actually makes a lot of sense. I do approve of it, should it be made. Instead of honestly, instead of like, okay, first of all, no on this. I'm gonna say no on this. If you're gonna, I would say no on this, because I feel like this is too biased. Maybe you should have, let's say, Powder Snow having a 30% chance to fit Frostbite, but it's a Blizzard. So yeah, I do think that this is a good idea. Next up, this one. This person here with, wow, 2.2k upvotes. How many do the rest have? Let me know, not a lot. So this one has 2.2k upvotes. I actually need more resistance, but grass should not be one of the types to get resistance to. I agree with that. Grass is a problem as it is. I mean, grass is problematic as it is. Problematic in that it's not great. Because grass, as a type, is, not gonna lie, pretty weak as a type. But let's see what the goes in there. So let's see here. Make it versus other types than grass. Grass is already struggling, but Spectrum, yep. I should get resistant to ground, dragon, and water. Sure. But not water. I think water should not be one of the types I should get resistant to. This person has like a good take. Ice should not resist grass. Because grass is already like have problems as it is. Grass needs more types to be super effective against. Last thing I wanted to mention, well, last big threat I wanted to mention is this one. In which Ice should resist ground, dragon, and fly into neutral versus water. Oh, finally someone with the correct opinion. Like, ice should be neutral to water, water should be neutral to ice. So, that's I'm going to kind of leave it at that. But ground is a very strong type, yep. Ground is probably one of the stronger types here. Dragon because it's dragon. I'm going to, there's no reason, I'm not going to say anything else. Flying, because flying is resisted by rock and, oh, is it? Is it only resisted by rock and that? Really? Hold on, let me recheck. I got, this person forgot that electric exists. What the heck? Do forgot electric exists. Good point. This is actually a really good point. I'll think about that in a second. This is a good idea. So yeah, I think this is actually an interesting idea. I think I like this idea, to be honest. Where if like water and ice in their respective weathers can be super effective against each other. That's actually a good idea. I like this idea. That's new. That's new. Okay, guys in the comments, should this be a thing? This is interesting. Like, this is part of a good reason to have like freeze be a, you know, a rare status. Like, give it a reason why it's a rare status. Like, in Gen 1, that's a reason, but, like, in Gen 2 onward, it's just another sleep. But, like, that's a good idea. Granted, I still think that the, idea earlier about, you know, snow and stuff, I just turned into Frostbite Legends Arceus. I think that's probably still the better idea. But this is a good reason to keep Freeze. Or maybe you can have both. Like, maybe both, like, Freeze and Frostbite. So Ice can be immune to two different statuses. You know, as a consequence of it not being great defensively. That's a good idea. So with that in mind, with this in mind, so let's go see what my current opinions of these are. Let's go see the comments of these things. So here's what I think. Here's my personal ideas. Okay, so get ready for this. This is gonna be some takes. Okay. For resistances for Ice. Okay, I wanted to resist normal. Why is that? Why do I want Ice to resist normal? Well, here's the thing. I don't know if you've noticed this, but you know what other types that normal resists, or that resist normal? So this is the normal type chart, where currently the types that resist normal are Rock and Steel. So let's just say Ice resists normal. What kind of justification would I make to make Ice resist normal? The same reason why both Rock and Steel are weak to fighting, and the same reason why Ice is weak to fighting. So here's the thing: it's actually similar to connection with the fighting type. So the story goes, like the well-accepted explanation goes, right? A regular person can't punch through rock. A regular person, a regular strike, whatever, cannot break metal. But a well-trained martial artist with a precise, strong strike can break through rock, can break through metal, and can break through ice. Why can't regular people just can break ice with just boop, ice breaks? I mean, granted, ice in general is probably, like, you could argue, oh, ice is a bit, easier to break than, metal and rock. But I mean, if that's the case, like, I feel like, then why is fighting strong against ice in this case? I feel like it's either, like, I feel like ice should affect normal the same way that rock and steel do. And want an actual good reason? Regirock, Registeel, Regice. All three of them resist normal. All three of them are weak to fighting. And also, it'll be even more hilarious if you think about it. The trio master for these guys is Registeel, a normal type. If Regigigas uses, let's say, Crush Grip or something on Regirock, it would resist. If it does the same to Registeel, it would resist. Why would it do something to Regice and it will just do normal damage? I feel like for the same reason why Rock and Steel resist normal and are weak to fighting, and Ice is weak to fighting as well, that Ice should resist normal. For the exact same reasons. As you can see here, the flying type chart is that the Pokemon types that resist flying are Electric, Rock, and Steel. Wait a minute, these are two little overlaps over here. And Ice is also strong against flying, and Rock is, but not Steel. I feel like this is fine, because, like, flying does interact with Rock, Steel, and Ice, like, I won't say similarly, but they do have interactions against them. So I feel like flying resisting Ice is a question of, well, if that's the case, why should Steel not be super effective against flying? And plus, like, the general consensus is like, oh, just flying's not very good against Electric and Rock. So I think that that's just fine as they are now, to be honest. Imagine in Gen 1 where Ice would actually resist normal. That would probably be, like, I wouldn't be the biggest game changer to put, let's say, Lapras or something in like, a higher place in OU just to have a normal resists. But, like, I feel like Ice resisting normal would probably be very helpful early in, like, early gens. But what am I gonna do? Should I do something with the bug type? Nah. the bug type, the bug type's horrible as it is. I don't. There's no reason to nerf it even harder. What else? Should Ice have an interaction with Ghost in some way? That would be interesting because, you know, Ice Ghost, like Ice, like, you know, frozen stuff and like spirits do interact in some way, but I think it's fine as it is. What about poison? Should Ice do something against poison? Honestly, hey, I have an idea. What's the interaction with poison? I know something. Okay, I know I'm you know, doing a side note here, but I feel like poison should be super effective with water. I feel like poison should be super effective against water. It's as strong as 2 types. Want to have like water in there too. I don't know. That's just me. And then not ice. What about electric? Should ice resist electric? I don't think. Should ice resist electric? Because ice is mostly like pure water. And pure water does not cut out electricity. But honestly, like it's kind of a lame idea. Plus, electric's fine as it is. It doesn't really need much help or nerf. Should ice resist dragon? If ice suddenly decided to change resistances to resist dragon, I'm okay with it. I don't really have like much of an issue with it. And should ice resist ground? I don't think it should, but I feel like it's fine as it is. I feel like the I don't know whether or not ice should resist dragon. I mean, if they want to, sure. I just don't want it to resist water. And water should remove resistance to ice. But I think that's just me. Was like the two are basically the same thing, except one's different state of matter than the other. So if ice should resist water, like I wouldn't mind, but I wouldn't like it, wouldn't mind it. But I think that's not necessary. What about interactions with rock and steel? Should ice still be weak to rock and steel? I think steel definitely, but I'm not sure about rock. I mean, then again, I'd rather it weak to rock than weak to ground. So, and plus, there's no other types that make sense for ice to be weak to than rock or steel. So I think that its weaknesses are currently fine, but I don't know. So yeah, I think the only change I really want in ice type is a resist against normal, and I'm not entirely sure how ice will be like good defensively aside from like a normal resists, and not much else. Maybe a poison resists. I don't think it'll help, but let's do poison resist for the fun of it. Anyway, let's go look at some comments. What do other people think? Let's see here. Resist the water, rock, and ground. I feel like if you throw a rock against some ice, the ice would break. If you throw a bunch of ice against a rock, the ice will break. So I feel like ice should not resist rock. The problem I have. Oh, this is just one. Oh, this is saying that. Screw that. Like, just make more glass cannon ice. Honestly, I think like that's just a bad take. I feel like this is a bad take. It's kind of like saying electric only exists on fast Pokemon, so why bother having slow electric types? Like, oh, Luxray is popular, but it shouldn't be slow. Like, Electivire is only bad because it's slow. It's a slow electric type. Electric types should be fast, all the time. Or it's like saying water should only be used on bulkier Pokemon, because the term bulky water exists for a reason. Because water is a good defensive type. Like, even to the point that Terraslines into a water type is actually pretty busted on some Pokemon. So, why bother having glass cannon water types when water is a better defensive type? It's kind of like what this person is saying. Like instead of changing the type to changing the type to benefit the Pokemon, is change the Pokemon to benefit the type. I feel like that's kind of a not to take Pokemon. Like, for some other, like, IPs, I guess it'll make sense to, like, have this specific type or this specific aspect to be mostly filled with, like, you know, creatures or whatever characters that benefit its specific playstyle. Kind of the Digimon card games like this, too, where some colors are more suited to a very specific playstyle than others. That all the Digimon, their effects usually revolve around them. but not for Pokemon. I think Pokemon is like too like should be like free to be as complex as it wants, like with no regards to what its current type is. The flying resist makes sense, but the thing is like I like to view flying less of the type with birds and more like the default wind type, which I feel like it wouldn't matter against ice. Make it also resist bug. No. Bugs are terrible. Let's not nerf bug more. Like I think it's preferred. Like make bug stronger against something. Like make bug strong against fairy maybe. I would absolutely love it. Bug strong against fairy. I don't know how that makes sense, but like you could probably make it make sense. Ghost resistance. Well, not gonna be mad. Is it comment removed by moderator? Wait a minute. Wait. Pause. I want to see this. Make it resist water. Make it resist flying. Resist ghost. How do you explain ghost resistances? You can't explain it because it's removed by moderator. That's hilarious. Well, there you go. Make it super against fairy. Should ice be super against fairy? Maybe you could have both. Like maybe you could have both hail and snow, and make it so that hail does what that comment says, and snow buffing defense and special defense, and some other thing that can make ice better. Maybe you could have like hail be more like an offensive like ice boost thing. Maybe you could have like hail. What it does is, does still maybe does more ice damage. Ice ice is immune to its shift damage. Does the 50% boost, kind of similar to what sand does, and then have snow do the 50% boost, the special defense boost, no chip damage, and still buffs the accuracy of blizzard like hail would do, and then maybe it increases freeze chance on some moves or frostbite damage. I don't know. I think it could have both. I mean, if we're gonna keep ice like with no type changes, might as well have some other like 2 different ice things. Oh wow, I forgot that I said this. I thought I said this on this thread. I think I'm done here. I think I don't need to do anything else. Before I end off this video, let's go take a look at this thread. Is Ice Rock, which is Aurora's and a student Avalug's type, really the worst type combo in the game so far? The comments generally would say it's Frostmoth's type and Bug Ice. The thing is, like, despite Frostmoth having one of the greatest abilities it could possibly need, that being it taking half damage with special attacks, and really, if you think about it, Ice Frost's probably gonna hit by more special attacks than physical. Really, if you think about it, like, not many people carry rock attacks unless it's like very specific Pokemon. That's kind of predictable to have rock moves. And plus, like, hail and snow exist to help with defense a little bit, but like the 4-attack weakness to one of the strongest types in the game, including Stealth Rock, is problematic. But I do really like Aurora's. I really want it to be good, but I just can't because of its sweetness of Bullet Punch exactly. And Steel's the best type in the game, so yeah. Also, I just wanted to bring this up. This looks pretty cool. Anyway, I got nothing more else to talk about here, so see you guys later, and just put in the comments, how would you buff the ice type? Would you want to have more resistances? Would you want to, instead of changing any types, you want to change all the Pokemon to be fitting of the ice type as a glass cannon type? Do you want ice to have some more stuff placed on it, like hail and snow, and do different things? Or maybe have freeze and frostbite. Maybe you want to have that. Just say in the comments, how would you buff ice to benefit not just the glass cannon ice types they're well known about, but also the more defensively oriented ice types? See you guys later.